Hi, so I just want to talk today about something that really makes me mad. Like, it's something that gets me kind of heated, so I'm probably not going to say some things that people like, so I'm really sorry in advance. But, um, you know how, like, there are songs like Blurred Lines by Robin Thicke is a really good example, where people are like, oh my god, he's, um, degrading women and he's using them and blah 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 blah. Robin Thicke is not the greatest person. Like, I'm just gonna say it. I agree with that. What he's doing isn't necessarily good at all. But like, I don't care if you like have a problem with him because of his lyrics or whatever. Like, that's your deal. And if you don't like him because of his song, like, you don't like him because of his song. Like, there's nothing that anyone. It's your opinion, not mine. Um, but what really, really makes me mad is when people say like songs like that shouldn't exist. Now, before you get all mad for me saying that, because like I know there's some pretty hardcore feminists out there, and that's fantastic. Like I respect you guys and everything, um, but some people really, really like those songs. Really like those types of songs. And maybe not for the lyrics. Like, I know for the longest time, I didn't listen to songs lyrics. I listened to like the beat and like the sound of them. Like, not like taking in the lyrics. Um, which is what a lot of people do. And a lot of people use those songs for like parties and stuff like that, which is their party. Like, it's their school dance, it's their whatever. Um, but I just think that that's just kind of one of those things that's like, that's not an opinion for you to have. Like, you might not want those songs to exist, so you shouldn't listen to them. And it's kind of like, the one thing I cannot stand is when people will be like, those songs shouldn't exist because they promote rape culture. Rape culture is a very delicate thing. It, I've had experience with it, and I know a lot of girls have, and even some guys. Like, it happens to guys too, people. Um, there's a really fine line as to what rape culture is and what rape culture isn't. My personal belief is that those songs are not like rape promoting. Um, I mean, just because he's singing about, he doesn't even say like I'm gonna rape you. He's not like abusing them. It's not a song about abuse. It's a song about sex. That's all it is. And honestly, if you're gonna say Robin Thicke's Blurred Lines is like that, like what's Rihanna's Cake or Rihanna's um what's it called, Sticks and Stones, I think. Um, you know what I'm saying though, like it's kind of one of those things that's like guys can't say things like that or can't sing those songs because that's not okay, but when a girl does it, the guys are like, okay, like I'm not gonna argue with that. And I just think that that's a lot of like a mistake that people think that like just because a guy is singing about sex, he's promoting rape culture, and that's not what it is. And I know that's not what everyone thinks or says or whatever, but like my argument for this is people get so angry. Like if I were to sit here and say video games promote violence, video games shouldn't exist. Like I'd get so much hate for saying that. I I don't think that I'd continue this channel if I ever said something like that. Um, but it's the same type of argument. It's like if I'm not allowed to say video games promote violence, then you can't say songs promote rape, and it just makes me really mad. I just had to vent about this because my mom was listening to a song and she goes, "Oh, turn it off." Why? He's talking about sex. He's probably a rapist. I was like, So if I talk about sex, I'm a rapist now? That's awesome. Like, so I kind of brought up this argument with her, and I let her win because she's my mom, and I have to live with her for the next 2 years. But I just think that it's the same type of argument. Maybe not the same idea, but like you get what I'm saying. So I don't know. That's just something I wanted to get off my head. Like, hopefully you guys don't hate me too much for saying that. Feel free to leave comments or anything below if you disagree or agree. Please no hate. I'm gonna ask for that because, like, I've had a like a situation happen in my life where it's like I don't promote rape culture at all. Like I'm not gonna say it because that's kind of personal, but I mean I've been through that. So in saying this, it's not like I'm totally like innocent about it. You know, like I know what I'm talking about. Um, as someone who's been in that situation, those songs don't offend me at all. Like I listen to them, I'm like, oh cool, I'd probably grind to this. Like it's not. I dance to those songs like at school dances and stuff. I don't find them in any way offensive. So I just think it's kind of dumb when people do because, like, even people who haven't been in that situation, like, they just think that, like, oh, well, they talk about sex, so I'm gonna promote those. Like, I'm not gonna promote that because my friend, like, no, like, I'm sorry, it's not offensive because he's not saying, like, oh, I'm gonna rape this girl. He's saying, I know you want it. Like, what if the girl does want it? You don't know the situation behind the song, Like, um, I don't like that song really, and I don't like Robin Thicke, and so I understand, but like that was just the only example I could think of. Um, I just like I also think it's not fair. Like I'm gonna be honest, ladies, I'm not a feminist, but like I have friends who are, and I have a Tumblr. I read it all the time. Um, but I've noticed that feminists take it too far, where if a guy says something that's like rape culture, like totally terrible, like he might as well be dead. Like he might as well be considered already dead. But if a girl says something like that, it's just kind of like brushed off. Well, like, oh, guys say it all the time, so they can't say it. So like she can say it. It's kind of justified in that way, and it's I just think that's kind of stupid, to be honest. Like I understand women's rights and I understand they're important, but we also need to look at it as if we're gonna promote gender equality, then the things we're telling guys not to do, we shouldn't do. And girls are very hypocritical in that way, and they're very passive aggressive, where it's very like, you can't do that, but I can do that because I'm a girl or I'm a lady, and like you have to hold the door open because you're a guy, but heaven forbid I do because I'm a lady, and people are fighting for gender equality, yet ladies do want to be treated differently at the same time. It's like, make your decision. Do you want to be equal, or do you want, guys to be ahead of us? And by letting ourselves say things that are rape culture, like promoting, we're kind of letting guys get ahead of us because it lets guys know that it's okay to say that. It's kind of like that thing that's like, if you call yourself a whore, that makes it okay for other people to do it. And a lot of people disagree with that, and a lot of people are very passive aggressive in that way, where it's like they'll call themselves fat to get compliments, but if I were to call you fat, you'd like slit my throat and be like, oh my god, she called me fat. It's the same kind of idea, I think. I mean, I don't know. This has turned into a lot longer video than I thought. So, I'm going to leave you guys with that. Sorry if this video offended anybody. I just had to get it off my chest because it was burning a hole into my soul. So, that's that. I'm just going to leave this here. I'll see you guys later. Bye.